today's game?
Yeah, tremendous team win. I thought we played well in all three phases. One thing that I think people need to realize is, we're still a young football team learning and growing each and every single week. 10 months ago, we were 0-6. And right now we're 5-2. So, what changed? We didn't mass change schemes or people. What we did was we continued to go to work. We continue to grind. We continue to practice extremely hard. Our practices are like a game each and every single day on both sides of the ball, and that's why when we find ourselves in these type of games, there's no panic, there's no stress, there's no flinch. We have confidence we're gonna make plays, and that's what we did today. Tremendous effort by our team. Bowling Green did some things that was, they had a nice scheme for this game. We knew the weather would be a factor in the passing game. We went into the game thinking, we have an opportunity to establish a dominant run game, and that's what we did. And we got the W.
Talk about Jay Ducker today and his performance.
Yeah, I mean, Jay is obviously a guy that's a very talented young man, but the thing that you don't realize is a couple weeks back he was faced with some adversity, and normally when you're faced with adversity, you got one or two ways you can go, and he handled himself the right way. We had a heart to heart, and I told him how I feel about how he was practicing and playing, and he went to work to correct it. And what you saw was he went to the scout team. He worked extremely hard on the scout team and got himself prepared to play. And then when his number was called, he was always ready. There's never a question about his talent. His talent is unquestioned. His vision is unquestioned. His ability to run the football is unquestioned. And his mentality of how he attacked and approached the last few weeks shows up today. And Terrio goes down early in the game, put the ball on the ground, and all Jay Ducker did was say, hey, why am I not the starter? Right? That's what you want. You want competition. And we have a tremendous backfield. Coach Nick McKissick-Luke does a great job. And the way those guys practice really gives them an opportunity to play the way they're playing in the games.
What would you say was the key to your performance this week?
I would just say, honestly, we knew we were going to run heavy. The linemen, when we all came out, kind of did our X and O's, and we kind of just like in practice, we always say practice like you want to play in the game. And then, so we just did that every day this week. And like the last week, you saw that too with the run game. And then we just played the game exactly how we practiced.
And then how would you say doing your first start, how did it feel to get that first start?
Obviously, it felt good. I love football. But what was the first question?
How would you say you did it? Getting a bigger role, just what was going through your mind at that point?
Well, just like the past couple weeks, we kind of always rotated backs, so like it wasn't nothing new. Just like when you're behind somebody, you want to make every opportunity your best, and then when you see someone like what happened to AB, and then you kind of just watch for that.
Jay and for Coach, he alluded to kind of you guys having that heart to heart. What was your mindset these past few weeks after being, having to work your way back up sort of to the level you want to be at and having it reward today? And for Coach Hammock, seeing a guy like Jay, along with Ontario Brown, who you mentioned had to do sort of some maturing over the offseason, having those guys come out and have two really good performances and show out in these games, what does it mean to you have guys buy in like that?
I'll go first. My mindset obviously was, what can I do to get on the field? So obviously I just went back to scratch, started from X and O's, and just kind of broke it down to just what I can do to show that I can play at this level and do all that.
Obviously I think the competition in the backfield really makes these guys better. And so, next week you got three guys that want to play. I mean, what a great position to be in as a coach, to say they will be motivated to practice. I can promise you that, because they understand, really whoever practices the best is going to get the opportunities. And so I've been in this situation before, and they all turn out to be draft picks. So hopefully these guys can be draft picks as well.
roster together to stockpile the running backs so you can do what you're doing right now?
Well, I think, when we looked at it, we thought the backfield was really the one position that we can enhance. And, when you play at 17 miles per hour wind, right, if you're out there throwing the ball, that becomes a problem. They threw the ball 40 times and had 16 completions. That's a problem. And it allows you to practice physical in practice. We had some of our most physical practices during training camp because we had so much depth in the backfield that, you can go from first to seventh real quick, and that's part of it. But we want to be a physical outfit. We want to be a physical football team. Physicality wins, and so in order to be the type of physical outfit we want to be, if you have a limited backfield and somebody gets injured, then all of a sudden you changing your practice habits. So we got more guys in the stable as well. And I joke every week. I said, a racehorse in the stable is just a horse. You get him out the stable, he becomes a racehorse. And we feel like we got some racehorses and some guys that can go play. And what a tremendous opportunity we have to continue to get better.
Spoke about him a lot over the last few weeks, and this week we got to see him play. What would you say about Mason Blakemore's performance today?
Yeah, Mason's another, talented guy. So, he went out there and he provided an instant spark. And, I would not want to be the running back coach in this team. I could just say that because we got some competition and those guys are competing their butt off, and they want to play and they want to make a difference. But for the season, I think it bodes well for us. We got 5 guaranteed opportunities left, right? And so we still pretty healthy. And then you throw Clint in there, and he's a change up, and we feel like we got depth to continue to play the style of game we want to play.
What were you looking for on the play, and at what point did you realize, okay, I'm taking this one back? Yeah.
Me personally, I go out there every kickoff return just trying to return it, find ways to actually take it to a touchdown. But this one, we went to the left side. I'm running. I saw my blockers washing them off to the sideline. So when I looked back in the inside, it was a big hole. And I saw Clint in front of me too. So I'm really just going off Clint. And when he hit the kicker, I just went up to off his left side of his booty and just took it to the house. I just knew no one. I just knew me personally and my speed. I just feel like when I get to open field, no one could catch me. So I just took it to the house.
What's it like finally being able to get one at the collegiate level?
I was very happy, excited, just because last year I had a couple opportunities to take one back too, and I just couldn't finish it. So finally finishing this year, it made me happy.
How was it coming into this game? Because it looks like you hadn't had quite the year you were having last year. Teams taken away from you, just stuff wasn't there. Just what you see that wasn't there, what finally happened, I guess.
Me personally, we got a lot of different schemes on offense. So when they call my number and everything, I do what I can just so if I do get the ball or anything, I'm just playing my part just so when I get the opportunity, I make the best of it.
Question for Coach and for Jordan. Your coach kind of alluded to it. Quarterback threw 41 times. He only completed 16 passes. What were you guys doing in the secondary to kind of really disrupt the passing game? And then Coach can kind of talk to the rest of the defense.
I think we had a pretty good game plan going in. That team had seen a lot of zone from previous teams throughout their season. And, we run a lot of man, and that's what we continue to do today. And I guess we were just doing our job. The wind played a factor in the D-line, created good pressure, so that also makes our job easier.
Obviously, the last couple of weeks we brought a lot of pressure at people. We knew that this was a team that liked to screen and get the ball to the perimeter. So we wanted to make sure we had enough guys in coverage to keep the ball and not give them anything cheap. Last week we gave up a couple cheap touchdowns. Our D-line did a great job batting balls down. And obviously we were never really in stress they had the one pick play at the end of the game where the guy got loose, but we were never really in stress. Obviously, they kept throwing shots down the field. Those are low percentage throws, be in good position, and obviously they fell incomplete. So.
Coach, we see a big differential in the time of possession. How important is it to win that time of possession battle in order to play the style of football that you want to play?
Well, I just think, like I said, we talk about that. Last week our defense played 19 minutes. I told them on Friday, I said, we do individual more than 19 minutes. So, when you do play, you have to play as hard as you can possibly play each and every single snap. And that's what we're doing. They understand they're not going to be on the field that much. You force people to play a different style of game. But, at some point we're going to open it up and people going to pack the box and we're going to throw it over their head. So we just waiting for people to start, packing the box and loading the box up.
You haven't seen that yet?
No, because Rocky can throw. He almost had a 300-yard game a few weeks back. They know he can throw. They know they have to honor our receivers, and that's what we want. We want to be balanced, but we're not going to be balanced in the win that it was like today, and we feel like we're going to have to play some more games like that, so we have to be able to play in all weather. But we do have the ability to throw the ball. We still working the passing game in practice, and I think it's pretty sharp.
Talk to your kickers also before the game, how they're doing things and.
Yeah, we get a good gauge. Obviously the wind was blowing toward the scoreboard, so we felt very confident from the 30-yard line going toward the scoreboard, and we felt confident from the 20-yard line going to the Jordan. So those are all things that we take into consideration in the game plan, because obviously if you're 3rd and 10 at the 25-yard line going toward the Jordan, you got to be thinking 2-down territory. So all those factors are talked about. We have game management meetings, and we try to make sure we don't leave any stone unturned. Give them some support. Big soccer game. 22 versus 7 o'clock. We're gonna be there. All right.